All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Inner Circle Live Asian session. I'm your host for tonight's session, Benny Allen, and we are definitely happy and grateful for each and every one of you being here with us this evening as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals in the Forex market. So do we have a question? All right. So without further ado, let's make sure that we turn off any and all distractions. Grab a pen and paper, take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. With that being said, everybody drop me a 1 in the chat, but give me 1 second. Let me make sure you all have access to it. All right. So if you can hear me loud and clear, drop me a 1 in the chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So let me, hold on, got something funny going on here. All right. Okay, and co-host. All right, and I think we are all set. Ryan, good evening, sir. How are you?
My brother, good evening, man. I'm doing well. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. I know you're a little bit under the weather. I hope you're feeling better. Appreciate you being here with us.
No doubt, man. We're getting there.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks again for being here as always, man. So, all right. So let me get out of here. It seems like we've been away for a while. We had a great session this morning. Now we're back in the evening, and we had some things go down in regards to the Forex calendar and some major fundamental things occurring in the market. So let's check it out. So Tuesday, November the 29th, it is crazy. We are almost through 2022. To me, at least, it seems like it has gone pretty fast. So we are coming into the home stretch. And today we had Canadian GDP numbers that came in right at forecast. And I actually have an article for all of you for Canada's GDP by Scotiabank. And the title is Canada's economy outshines the world again. So it is a very good article in regards to Canada's economy, their GDP, and how they continue to make gains in some, what a lot of people consider some tumultuous times. So I'm going to put this in the chat for everyone to have. So that's a great article. So whenever you get time, take a look at that. But the Canadian economy is doing fairly well considering everything that's going on globally. But of course, we know that we've seen dips in the oil prices. So I think that is a major thing that's stopping that CAD from just exploding, is that number one commodity for Canada is oil. And right now that oil price is declining. All right. So that was the Canada GDP today. Then we, Governor Bailey spoke today. So it's the head of the Bank of England. And you can see here, no discussion with government about timing and pace of DOE asset sales. Okay, so still back and forth wavering with the pound. I've got another good article here where Bank of England's man inflation risk anchoring 4%. This is a really good article for you to read in regards to where they think the UK is going in regards to rate hikes. So man said more rate hikes were necessary, but would not be specific as to whether she would vote for a 50 basis point hike in December or another 75 basis point move. So that's why I'm kind of like, it's kind of hard to read the Bank of England right now in that regard. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen in December, right? Whether it's going to be 50 or 75 basis points. So as we draw closer to that rate hike date, I'm pretty sure some things will start to come together and we can pretty much make a sound determination on which way they are going to go. So I am going to put this one in the chat as well. So a lot of homework, everybody, right? Let's make sure we read, all right? Make sure we read those articles. And then today, appreciate it. Thank you, sir. And then today, also, United States consumer confidence. So if we come over to this article, okay, we can see that U.S. consumer confidence declined again in November. All right, so it's giving some specifics as to why, right, we're seeing that decline in regards to business conditions amongst those who were surveyed for this report. So these are all really good reads, right? So you can keep your eyes and ears to the market and what's going on, so you always know where we are fundamentally. Kim, good evening. Glad you're here. All right, so there are some articles there, and I believe Ryan is posting those in the Telegram. So key articles surrounding what happened today fundamentally. Now moving into Wednesday, here we go, right? November 30th, last day of the month. We've got ADP, non-farm employment change, preliminary GDP Q over Q for the United States. So we'll see how that comes out. Okay, so we'll see what those private payrolls are looking like. We've got job openings at 10 o'clock. And then tomorrow at 1:30, right? The market is kind of settling in. As we go to trading economics, we can see that US futures steady ahead of Powell's speech. Okay, so we know anytime he makes a speech, especially now as we head towards the end of the year, we're looking for any type of inside track that we can get in regards to what those rate hikes are going to look like come December. And then moving forward, also take a look at the pace of rate hikes, things of that nature, right? Same thing we've been talking about all year long, right? So that's going to be interesting tomorrow at 1:30. So look, we've got ADP to kick off the morning. We've got job openings at 10. And then at 1:30, we got Powell speaking tomorrow. So it's going to be a busy day, right? So we could see some things that can definitely move the market. And we know that ADP comes ahead of, right, Friday, okay? United States non-farm payroll. We've got Canadian numbers for employment and unemployment coming out as well on Friday. So we've got a busy week all week. We got for the Swiss, we got CPI numbers coming out. Those numbers are very, 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 very important in regards to inflation and rate hikes and the pace of rate hikes, and whether or not some of these central banks are going to start to back off a bit, potentially slow the pace. So we will see. There's another article too that I don't have pinned that came in for the Eurozone inflation. And this was through pound sterling live. So if I plug this in here, we can paste that, and we can see that the euro fumbles as German Spanish inflation data undershoot. Okay, so when you look at, hey, are they going to raise rates 50 basis points, 75 basis point, how aggressive is the central bank going to be? These numbers are very, very important. So we can see that Germany, largest player in the Eurozone, inflation came in a little bit softer. So when you talk about the ECB and rate hikes for December or whatnot, are they going to be aggressive? Is it going to be 50 basis points, 75 basis points? What's the language going to be? So this is a very important article too. And I will post this here again in the chat for everybody to take a look at. So it was a big reading day for me, getting caught up on a lot of things that's going on as we head towards the end of the year. So if we come on over and we take a look at the US dollar index, we are still bouncing around that support level around that 382. That's holding pretty strong right now. Stochastic is in the buy zone, but we will see what happens tomorrow. If anything that Chairman Powell says can get this market moving in regards to the US dollar. So we'll see, but that's where we are. Any questions on anything we just covered fundamentally? Nope. Appreciate it. Ryan, anything to add in regards to something you might have caught up on today? You've been resting up?
No, sir. I've been resting pretty much all day, so I didn't get a chance to read a ton.
Okay.
So no, nothing to add.
All right, cool. And I see that New Zealand consumer confidence remains low. That's going to start to come through across the board. There was, yep. So crude futures climbed to $79 per barrel on Wednesday, rising for a third straight session. after the industry report pointed to a large drop in U.S. crude inventories while looming OPEC meeting. That's what I was thinking of something in my head that was coming up. OPEC plus meeting stoked fears for more production cuts. All right, so that's a meeting coming up too. I can't remember the date on that meeting. I was reading so much today, but that's just around the corner. I know I was listening to Bloomberg, not watching it, but listening to Bloomberg today, and there was some discussions around this OPEC plus meeting and things like that, and U.S. inventory. So that's something to watch out to. Oh, scheduled to meet on December 4th, so just around the corner. So they have that in the article here. So I'm going to put that in here as well in the chat. So that's there for oil, and that is that on the fundamentals. Okay, so let's dive into these charts, take a look at what's going on in the market. I hope some of you were able to take advantage of some of the setups that we posted in the Telegram, primarily on a 5-minute chart. This one, the GBP JPY, was on the 15-minute. That turned over and pushed down, missed the 61.8, but it held at that resistance level and got short. We got the Euro Aussie in there. That one moved pretty fast today to the 382. So that was the before, and then that was the push. But we've quite a few. That was the yep.
Are you looking to share your screen?
Oh yeah, hold on one second. I don't have it. All right.
Nope.
Hold on. Can you see it now?
There we go.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that, everybody. So I guess I got to knock some of this rust off, man. Too much turkey. But anyway, here's the pound yen, right? 15-minute setup that we had put out a little while ago. Didn't quite get to that 61.8, but it held up that 4-hour resistance and turned over. So that pushed down quite a ways off the 15 minutes. So that wasn't quite 240 because it didn't reach the high point. But it was a good turnover, good move there. This Euro Aussie, right, setup that we posted in the Telegram, that was the breakout that we were waiting on, right? And then this is what happened, right? And it pushed to that 382. So that was a good setup. Now these are primarily on the lower time frames. Most of them, this was a pound dollar that initially missed, right? So that initially missed, right? We didn't get the trend line break here, so it pushed down to the D extension, but right after that, it reversed, right? So that's showing you your inner, your outer trend lines. It also broke the cloud, right, to push to that TP1. So that tracked pretty well. And then this is the NZD Swissy, right? That reversed out, right? We didn't get the 80-20, but we got an inner trend line break and a push off of the B boundary. That one also broke the cloud and moved along pretty good. So Aussie dollar, same thing, right? Got good price action coming out of the holiday. Right, here's a swing, right? We broke that inner trend line and then we pushed up, right? So even if you're not taking those trades, they're very good to study, right? So you can take a look at the price action. Here's another one on the UCAD that we were following and tracking over the last week or so, and that's a beautiful ABCD swing. That one actually finished out. It actually broke that 135. So whatever you can. That was this was the NZD Swissy before it actually played out on the original post. So any when you can, make sure you pay attention to your Telegram. If you're brand new, right, make sure that you log in and become a part so you can keep up with the trade setups that are going out on a regular basis. So let me move back over to the charts. All right, can everybody see my screen? Ryan, did I get back to the
Yes, sir.
Smart Trader? Okay, so we are ready to go. Appreciate it. What are your cloud settings, or is it standard? Took some profits on the GBP JPY. Awesome, Jacqueline. Just standard cloud settings. Don't change anything. From time to time, I'll change. I'll switch the template up, make it different colors, but the settings, leave it at the default. At the default. Good question. All right. So there we are on that. So let's look into these charts and see what's out there? Let me look through here, see if there's anything I want to get to right away to see. Give me 1 second. I want to take a look at this this Aussie, take a look at this Aussie NZD trade. And I don't know if is anybody still holding this bearish, right? It's a beautiful move, moving to the short side. Anybody holding that long swing? But it's been moving down for multiple weeks now. This, right? So this is the daily, okay? And you can see how it's just making lower lows and lower highs, just textbook. And now we're settling in, is ranging a little bit, right? And this is one of the ones that I think it was week before last we were focusing in on as we were looking at doing those just support and resistance lessons and showing how we can make these lower lows and lower highs and how we can take trades off the breaks and retest. And that was a clean one there. And this is where we are right now, okay? But if you think about how we teach the Fibonacci sequence, if you just zoom out, right, and you find a low, okay, and you run your smart fib, you'll see that that was an 80-20, right? Okay. So you can find a reversal point using price action. That was a good monthly level, 114.92. So if you're just a naked chart price action trader, you got a clean reversal, you start making lower lows and lower highs. But, okay, if you're using the fib, you can see that this was an 80-20, and we pushed right down to that 382, actually beyond it now, coming in at 107.53 daily support. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay.
No, sir.
So this, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying no questions.
Okay, appreciate it. So if there's a signature move, right, for this group, for the inner circle, it is this 80-20 move, right? This is the home of the 80-20 right here. You see how we get those strong reactions, right? Quite often off these levels. It is 118, 127 after a very shallow retracement, and we push down. Okay. Strong reversal zones, and you got good confluence there with a monthly level, daily level, and you saw how this collapsed, right? Off the monthly high, right? We're down over 700 pips off the monthly high, okay? So if we come down, okay, you can see how once you navigate these charts, you can start finding, right, those classic technical patterns. So here's a beautiful ABCD swing, right? Here's the D extension. And now, right, okay, we need a breakout, either breakout or a retest, right? So we'll see if this pushes up, because if it pushes up, if you all remember a long time ago, okay, look, on our one, we're sitting in the 80-20 zone in our one, okay? So we may still get this to push up and break to this level, right? I'm just letting that trade just float, right? Just float to see what it wants to do. Right. So once you understand the sequence and how we track price action in this group, right, there's all types of moves that you could take advantage of no matter what the time frame. All right, so that one's just bouncing back and forth. It needs to break out. But even, right, you guys see this move here? Okay, if you're day trading, this most recent move, see that? See how this, okay, went to the upside, okay, and then it just collapsed. Right. Well, if you're just looking for setups off your 5-minute chart, look what you had. See? Even in that range, right? It's an 80-20. Collapse it. collapsed. Okay, now, all right, see this here? We'll see what happens. All right, it's a little jammed up, but this A got taken out. So that's 1, 2, 3 take profits if you plan on the 5-minute chart that went through, all because you were able to identify the zone. So even in a range, right, prices in a range, okay, at this level, you still were able to identify the price action using the fibs. Any questions on that in regards to the lower time frames?
Reese said, can you run a fib from the top? You doing that?
Where at? From what top?
What top, Reese? Oh, you did it. Okay.
Oh, I did on the 4. You good? Okay. All right. So that's where we are. But that's been a beautiful move. A lot of back and forth with the Australian dollar. Sometimes be a tough one to read, especially everything that's going on with China right now and the lockdowns and all of the protests. This here, right? We look at the Aussie CAD made gains, right? Because of weakness in the CAD, right? Got a little boost with the Australian dollar today because of some of the decisions that people thought were being made with, in China. But I think that deteriorated as the day went on, but this is where we are, okay? So when we look at this, we're right back at this price level. So if we took this fib off on the daily and we were just looking at price action, we're in a pretty good zone here, right? That price just hasn't been able to break through, okay? So right here in this area, okay, it's a pretty strong level. So this is going to be quite interesting. Now that we've come all the way back to this point off of that bullish move. So if I come down to the 4, right, and I zoom out, okay, this is where we are from a fib perspective on the 4-hour. It's a beautiful swing up deep into the zone. We've reached the 86% level of this A to B move. It's taking back 86% of it, 86% plus, but we're right into these weekly levels. So it's going to be interesting. Stochastic is overbought. So it'd be interesting if this wants to push down to the downside or if it's going to finally push up and break through those weekly levels. So I'm kind of in a wait and see on that one. This is a 5-minute swing here. Okay. 5-minute. You see this A was taken out. Flip the fibs the other way. Look at the swing. Right. Now this one I didn't do anything with, but I had it set up. All right. So technically, if you're playing that 5-minute chart, you're looking here, right? 382. Okay. And I might get to that target or another push up for a higher high. And it's 61.8. Then of course we always could play the top of that zone like that. Okay. But here we are, right? We know where the weekly level is. Okay. But look, there's the swing. See it swinging? It's trying. It's trying. Okay. If you use the cloud, I don't know what that looks like just yet. There. See? Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Got a strong rejection, but look at price action push right back up above, and now we got a cloud break. So we'll see, right? If price wants to continue to make his move to the upside on the Aussie CAD. Put a small order in 91.50. Okay. Okay. I got you. I see what you're doing. See what you're doing on that. All right, but there's the swing. There's the correction on that. Moving right along. Any questions on the Aussie CAD?
No, sir.
All right, appreciate it. Moving on. Aussie Swissy. This one, just a breakout, right? See how that's just moving we need a breakout. So this is one that if you're a breakout trader, you want to pay attention to. These are 2 weekly levels at 64.51, 62.13. We need price to break out. Okay. So this could be a nice one. All right, so make sure you mark that one down. That's a daily range. You got it right. Weekly, it's tight. It's got to go somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. That's what that's looking like on the 4 hour. All right, see if we get a break and retest of whichever level it breaks. All right, that's pretty simple. It's pretty simple there. Any questions? All right, this is the 15.
Sir.
All right. So the Aussie yen, right, has just been ranging, but there's some plays right on the lower chart. So you can see here on the 5, right, where look, you get shallow retracers push down to that 118, 127 zone. We push right back up to a 382, right? So as choppy as it is, you still have plays, right? You still got the same type of price action on the 15-minute as well, right? Nice price action there. But if you look here on the higher time frames, right, now we're starting to get some action this week, but you can see how choppy it's been, okay, overall, right? We come into the daily, look at that, right? That's just choppy price action. Now, we did get a break below this 92.65, so it'd be interesting if it wants to, we find some sell pressure and it wants to continue down, okay? But we'll see. We'll see, because we definitely didn't get, right, a lower low and a lower close of this candle here that's green. And now we're here in this new Asian session from the daily time frame. So we'll see how that works out. But that's a very, very choppy pair. Other than the lower time frame, right, trade, I do have it marked up here, a 4-hour level, right, which kind of falls in line with what we're thinking about on the daily. If we get a break below this 92.07, then potential to see even more downside pressure. So that's a potential with a break below. But other than that, it's just moving sideways. Any questions on the Aussie yen?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So if we go and we take a look at the Aussie dollar. Now, for everybody also, right? If you're on your charts and you're doing your work, if you find an 80-20 or a beautiful 61.8 pullback that you think you might have, post it, right? Post it, right? Show us that you're on the charts working, that you're finding these setups. This was the Aussie dollar setup, right? On the 5. Beautiful swing. That's a beautiful swing. Okay. So look at that. That's classic. So even if you use your cloud, okay, I just want to cover this one again, right? Look at the breakout. Okay. There's the breakout. Here's the reversal zone, right? There's your breakout. That's clean. That's a clean breakout there. Yeah. You got your TK crossover, right? You got your Chico span breaking above price, breaking through the cloud. Like, that's all good there. That's textbook. Okay. So what's weird is that's breaking through now. So, right, the price action just goes back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Be interesting if that one catches that 382 target. We'll see. That's a potential on the Aussie dollar. But this was the money maker here previously. There. All right. Any questions on that? Overall, okay, this is where we are. Okay. Price is just hanging around for the longer swing. Okay. Just hanging around for the longer swing. Look at that reaction. It's gonna make a decision at some point, but okay, but here, it's 80-20. right? It's an 80-20 with a weekly level caught right in the middle. To that 382 is 458. We've gotten as high as that resistance level of 600 pips. That's moved, okay, on the swing. Right? It's like a magnet, that 382. All right. So that's the Aussie dollar. We'll take a quick look at this CAD Swiss. All right, just to look at the price action. That's a beautiful swing. That's off the 5. But if we come in and you look at it, right, this is a beautiful ABCD move playing out here. Okay, so we'll see if we get a pullback there. But that's a beautiful you can't listen, right? That's A, B, C pullback. Okay, right at that level. Okay, we've got a beautiful evening star. Up against the trend line, weekly resistance 61.8. You do all the hard work to set your charts up, pull the trigger on that one. All right. Pull the trigger on that one. Okay. These are the type of things that you're looking for. All right. If we come down to the 4, okay. We come down to the 4. Beautiful. It's beautiful price action. Okay. So naturally, we expect eventually a D extension to be hit on that. Okay. There's the 1. That's beautiful symmetry through all time frames on this move. Okay. You don't get that all the time. But look at that. Boom. All right. Okay. And then you got your 5-minute and the pullback there. It's like a rocket off that B boundary. That's fast. All right. That's that there. Swiss yen. Okay. Here. Okay. We can see, right, beautiful ABCD moves, but you can also see, right, your 80-20s in play. A, B, shallow retracement, right? Break of the B boundary, price settled in at the 118, 127 zone. Boom, right? 382, got about a 50 on that before it made that C to D push. And now we're sitting here in the same zone. This is just moving sideways, but you can see how you got that 118 push. You can see how price tried to react. Okay, we're in the Asian session, moving sideways a bit. All right, so we'll see how that plays out. As a matter of fact, this, right, can get adjusted to the outermost point of that price action like that. Okay, then we'll see if we can start to get some levels broken and price moving up. So this is the main level I'm looking at here, like up around this zone. See if it can get beyond that level and break out. There. So, okay, that's just moving sideways. So we'll see what happens with that. That's super choppy. It's moving completely sideways. So that's that on the Swiss yen. But you can see how it just plays out over and over and over again, right? Just continue to put in the work. It'll click. Okay. Take a look at some of these euros. Right. All right. That was that Euro Aussie play there. It's here on the 15, right? You got the same type of price action. Okay, moving up. All right. But look, we're finding these setups when your higher time frames are ranging. Right? Okay. It's the power of the fibs, right? And how we use them. That's just moving sideways on a daily, but we still were able to get involved, right, on this Euro Aussie setup. Boom. Okay. There's always a wave happening somewhere. Okay. We're still dancing around in this zone. Any questions?
No.
All right. All right. Take a look at this Euro CAD, right? Some beautiful price action on this Euro CAD. Look at this. All right. This is a 5 minute, right? Can't catch them and post them all. Sometimes the price action moves too fast. It depends on when I'm able to see how my setup is going. But you can see here, look. All right. So you see how you didn't get, all right, price didn't hold up at this 80-20 zone after the shallow retracement just accelerated. The momentum was so strong to the upside. But then look at the reversal here, deep. And then look at the break. Look at the break back above. Right? Just beautiful price action to study. Okay. Beautiful move. And you can see, look, that's an A. It's an A. It's our B. Our lowest point within the AB boundary. We came in at that 786 level and boom, right into the extension. And you see we got the reaction back to the downside. Okay. So that's the Euro CAD. Here, look. Strong Euro. A lot of things being priced in. Look how it found that bottom. Right? Look how I was able to find that bottom. And just move up. Look. Boom. Right. So at some point, we'll get a retest. At least.
Benny, real quick.
Yeah.
If you go back to that weekly time frame, and you run your fib off of the most recent high at 159, yeah.
This one here?
Yeah.
80-20.
80-20 right into 382.
That's powerful, man. I just gotta let that one sit there. That's on the weekly level.
On the weekly.
Especially when you get that good support, higher time frame support. Look at the swing, right? So that's playing out that level, a little bit of a smaller wave, but it's pushing up. I'm interested to see where that's going to settle out at. With December coming in these hikes, see what happens with oil. See if it breaks that. See if it breaks that 8 boundary. If it's going to start to turn over in the zone. All right, I had it pinned here. It got stopped at the high. I tried to short, got stopped out just above that 138.74. Thought it was time. Nope.
Yeah, I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that weekly 382.
Yeah, I know you spotted that, man. You were on it. You were on it. Higher time frames control the lower time frames. I took my lesson on that one. All right. Good work, man. Good work. Good work tracking that weekly. Got to pull them fibs out on that the highest time frame sometime. All right. This one here, it broke out. It broke out. See, I played it short. Let me take this fib off here. When we were just looking at the price action, I still got that drawn up. All right. Just broke out the wrong way on me. I can't say the wrong way. But for me, it was the wrong way. But it did its thing. Right? But we had it either way. But I saw it break. I saw it break below that level. I took it. Got smacked, but it's all good. It's all good.
But if you run your fib back to the upside on that off the low, You got another scenario though.
Off this 4?
Yep, off the low there on the 4.
Oh yeah. It tried to already, right? Tried to give us a reaction already.
Yeah.
Had to pull that trend line out on that one.
That's something too.
See, it already pushed and rejected. Well. So that's the newest. Take this off. And just like that. Change that to red. We might have one in play here, Ryan. Leave it just like that. Leave that there. 141.61. See if it stays below that level. All right. Any questions on that EuroCAD? All right. So let's keep it moving. Go right into this Euro Swissy. Okay. This is looking like on this one. I missed it, but that's looking like that's gonna shape up to be that Euro stays strong, a beautiful ABCD move, right? So we've got a 786 pullback, and that's looking like it's trying to make its way to that D extension. All right. Okay. So if you're a bull on that Euro Swissy, right, come in right around that level. That's on the 1. I completely missed it. On that swing, what we look like on the 4. Same type scenario. Up. Okay, what? 80-20 swing, 61.8. Bias is bullish on that Euro. There we go. But we'll see how that momentum, if that momentum can be sustained on the Euro, being that in December with that Eurozone inflation starting to creep down, to see how aggressive they stay in regards to their rhetoric and actual hikes come December for the Euro. But right now, that's moving to the upside. So that's a pretty good swing though. So bullish on a Euro Swissy. That's a 5-minute that is crazy, but it's moving long though. That's moving long. So that's the Euro Swiss, Euro GBP. This was a swing. Okay. Another 80-20 swing. Look at that. Okay. Choppy, but look at your AB boundary. Boom, right? Swung to the upside. Okay. These have a pretty decent strike rate. All right. So it depends on how you enter, how tight you want to keep your stop. That stop there is right at the D extension. Okay. Whether you want to use trend lines, right? Waiting on trend line breaks, or potentially cloud to cloud, right? If it's smooth, then it's pretty good. But when it gets choppy like this, you see how it's bouncing back and forth because it's moving sideways, right? So that's where you can get in trouble sometimes with that cloud, right? But that initial break was here, right? There was something to be gained there. But when you look at the cloud, when that price starts to range and consolidate, right, it can get a little crazy on you. And so, nothing's ever 100%, right? But they're good. They're good confirmation tools. But so is a good old fashioned trend line. All right. Are you gonna win them all? Nope. you don't, right? You don't. Sometimes your timing is just off, but that's the Euro GBP 5-minute. Here we look at the daily, right? We're just bouncing around. It's trying to double bottom at this level. Well, 1, 2, 3, triple bottom at this level. This 85.68 seems to be a level that price likes to react off of. So we'll see if we can get some continued upside movement on that. Okay, the Euro's been bullish, so we'll see if we can make some gains, right? But I thought this was ready to go long before, and then it just collapsed on me again. It went right back into that range. So we'll see if it can push up like I thought last time, right, before it moved back down. But that's the Euro GBP. Okay. Any questions on that? No?
No.
Right. Let's take a look at the Euro JPY. Okay, this was trying to make a move again, right? But that's choppy. I didn't play that one, but this one here was a good move on the 5. Okay, AB boundary. Okay, you got your shallow retracement, you push down, and then there's an explosive move back up top side to take out these targets. Okay, then we continue back down. Now it's trying to make another move long, but that makes sense, right? Starting to find some support here on the daily. Okay, look, we broke out to the downside. It's trying to find support again. So it's back and forth. Okay, so a lot of these get to the lower time frames, you can find your setups. We got a breakout, but it came right back up into the zone. So that one's bouncing around a little bit with the price action. So here, okay, I'd like to see this one settle, right, and get back long, but it's super choppy right now. Super choppy. But we'll see if it can settle and start to make some higher highs and some higher lows and potentially push bullish on that. Any questions on the Euro JPY?
No, sir.
All right. Euro NZD. There was a beautiful. I think this was the pair from the 4, right? It's a beautiful pullback. So we can see we've been trending to the downside, and this is a beautiful pullback, right? And a move short, right? We know we've been getting some strength out of New Zealand as of late, and a beautiful pullback to the 50, and we're looking short on that. So we'll see how that continues to bounce around. Then if you look here, look at that swing. Your 1 hour pushed up a little higher, and then we're down, right? We've been moving down ever since then. So I'm actually looking for that to come into that D extension on the 1, right? But again, right, the market moves in waves, right? Oh, wrong label. Okay. Here, look, A, B, C, highest point within the AB boundary. Okay. And then our D eventually there. Right. Just like that. Okay. Coming down. That's that on the Euro NZD. And then if we come here and we look, you can see here where, okay, get the swing here, but look, right, still, right, it hit this 3 almost to 50%, but look how it reacted off that level again. I'm just amazed by that 118, 127 level. So been tracking, taking a look at looking at that just off the reactions, even when it pulls back, oftentimes, right, you'll get that level and get a reaction there, right? Especially trending right in that direction. So that's the Euro NZD and the Euro USD. All right, beautiful move. Beautiful move. You got that 104 resistance level, daily resistance. Look at this 118, 127 zone. We didn't hardly get any type of right pullback. and look at the reaction back to the downside. Right? Took it completely out. But if we zoom out and we just look at the from the daily, okay, almost looks like the Aussie dollar, doesn't it? Almost identical price action there. Okay. Just hovering in the zone. Okay, we'll see if we can get some price action and some movement with Powell speaking tomorrow. Okay, so look at that. Higher time frame, deeper correction. All right, 50, 61.8. It's going to take that A out. Took it out and it swung. Okay, so now we know where we are from a daily chart perspective now, right? We're just waiting to see what that next move is going to be. Move it to the outside of that consolidation. Get a touch, and we'll see. All right, does it start to break down? Comes back through these levels, lower lows and lower highs, or do we just continue to climb up and push higher? We'll see what happens tomorrow on that one. Any questions on a Euro USD?
No, sir.
All right. Any questions about anything in general? The you know what we're looking for, right? So I want to start working through these charts. Okay. So we can
on the Euro
go
USD,
ahead.
bro. On the 4th, you run your fibs from the low.
Yep.
You got another 80-20. It's ranging in that range, but
In
it's
that
another
range.
80-20 scenario. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll push it to the next one.
Yep. Holding up. Just shot at 382. It's holding up. All right. Beautiful formation there, right? We'll see if that candlestick pattern holds. Spot on with that. Spot on with that. Now we're sitting in the middle, right? Key area. See what happens. And that's so similar, isn't it? You think that's coincidence, man?
Nothing's a coincidence, bro.
Yeah. We see that so often, right? The pairs and crosses. Like that's all that's amazing. Let me look at this right. Look at that swing. That's got to be another. I probably missed this one too during the session. No, thought I was gonna be there, but it's a beautiful. Look at that swing. All right, guys, hop on the charts. Run your fibs. All right, run your fibs. You know where the sweet spots are now, everybody. We know where it's at. All right. Now, if we come up here to this daily, what is this? It's still holding at that level. All right. Tomorrow's going to be quite interesting. It'll be quite interesting. Since we're in these CADs, I want to take a look at this this NZD CAD. It's a double bottom there. So it may continue to run long. See how that goes. All right. That gonna nail that 382 or what, Ryan?
Man.
All right.
Yep.
Look at that price action.
Beautiful.
Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone up against monthly support at 76.30. Gone. All right. Okay. Very, very powerful, no matter what time frame. We had dropped through this a long time ago. No matter what time frame, right? It's just breaking through levels. That's just clean. That's just clean price action. Once you spend the time on the charts and you see it, everybody, right? You can't unsee it after that. You can't say that enough, right? It's about to hit a D extension. It's beautiful. Beautiful price action there. I don't know if we had, and that's the 5, right? So we look for a potential continuation long on that. And right now, that's the D extension projection. All right, what's that? 63 pips away. Okay. Look at this is just right, just classic, right? Range, getting rangy there, right? See how it just got caught in that range, consolidated, then it just broke out. Just broke out. Look at that strong bearish candle, right? Coming down to create that double bottom. Look how price just got held up. Just classic price action patterns. Boom. Now we're looking to try to make a higher high. Questions, anybody?
No, sir.
Huh? Okay. Anybody been able to take the trades in the Telegram? Demo, live account, Joy, yes. GU, Benit, yes, okay. Okay. All right. So 2 people. Okay. It's good to know. All right. I want to take a look at the UCAD. See how that's progressing and moving. I wonder if this is going to give a correction. This has just been dancing around here. Let me see how that ended up. It's just hovering. Look at that. Didn't hit the. It came up like a pip shot at the extension. I wonder if that's going to correct to the downside. I've been watching this one. If we break that 135.68 level, this is on the 5. That's interesting. But here we are, right? There's that swing, right? We've been tracking from the higher time frame for quite some time. Right? Remember when it broke through? I said, here's support, maybe back to 135, right? Was that a few weeks ago doing the ritual? And now look, right, we're back, right? Back and beyond 135. So we're back above that price level. So what Chairman Powell has to say tomorrow is definitely going to be critical to see which way this goes next. Holding, you see, holding that dollar Swissy. Okay. So there's the overall longer time frame swing. All right. There it is off the 4. It's gone beyond it. It's extended. That should be a new fib coming up. Here's the 1 hour. We already have a new fib. So that's got me wondering whether or not that 5 minute is going to break those levels. See there? We got a new AV boundary.
Yeah, I'm watching this closely too. Potentially at least coming back to that 135.
Yep. To retest it, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a classic break and retest. Let me get back down. Yep. There it is. That's the same level from the 1 to the 15. It's looking like it's trying to. That's the level there. These are fun to watch sometimes. So if we get back to that 135, right? What's that? 70 pips or so from where it's at now. So we'll see. That's the UCAD. Take a look at this dollar Swissy. All right. So we had drew this up as just a range, right? How it keeps bouncing back and forth. We're finding support again here back to the top, moving back to 95.99 on this play. Okay, it's a weekly level that's been holding pretty strong. So if we come back, right, we drew it up. Okay. There's your 80-20. Back down, stay within that AB boundary. Look at that. If it doesn't take out the A, it has no choice but to go your way. Okay. Look how it came down there, right? So that's where oftentimes we put that stop below the A. Okay. And look at that swing. Okay. Again, right? This is right classic candlestick pattern. This is the third time tonight we've seen this at the point of reversal. Okay, that's a morning star. Decision, indecision, decision. Right, coming off that support. Okay, and it's been moving up. So it's pretty much came back 100%. So we expect an extension right there at the top of that B boundary. So it's closing in. It's closing in on it. From that perspective, here's the one. Here's the swing on the one. Just barely came down. That's a clean 80-20 on the 1-2. Still holding. You're in at 94.49. All right. All right. All right, Joy. Good job putting in the work. So there's the swing on that. And then there's UJ. All right. See what it's looking like here. Kind of just hovering. It's trying to make a move. Okay. It's a 1 hour fib to the downside. Okay. Don't have a 382 yet. See what happens tomorrow. Stuck right at this level. Okay. We needed to get moving. See if what Powell has to say serves as a catalyst. Okay. Here. All right. All right. This is that last move. Last 80-20 swing. Here. The guy pushed up through those levels. Broke the cloud. Inner trend line broken. All right. So if you come here, we'll clear this cloud off. All right. When you see it, if you don't use the cloud or anything like that, keep it super simple. Draw your trend line.
Sorry, can you go back to the 1 hour when you're done? Thanks.
Yeah, I can. All right. Come in, draw your trend line. All right, boom. All right, so back to the one. There it is. All right, just pulling it off the high. Okay. So whether going to reverse and this price starts to move up, or we're going to continue to push down, create another lower run right into that D extension.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's that. Any questions on what we covered tonight? I know we went through a lot trying to get caught up. Nope. Is everybody trying to see how you can work down through the time frames and find these setups, right? Either way, trend, counter trend. Yes. All right. You want to become your own trader. You don't want to be dependent on anything or anybody. Right? That's where the true freedom is. So let's make sure that we continue to put in the work whenever we get a chance. I know we lead busy lives, right? But whenever you get a chance, put the work in, right? Because once you get it, you got it. Right. Anything you want to add before we wrap things up?
Great session, bro. Good people. It's time to dig in. We got a few new names in the session this evening. Welcome. Glad to have you. It's time to dive into the training, right? That part is up to you. We can't make you do it, right? We created the environment so that it's open and it's supportive for growth. Our desire, like Benny just said, is to help people become consistently profitable, independent traders, right? Benny just showed you, went through every pair, right? It's there, but it's up to you to put in the time, the effort, the energy to get it done. And it's up to you to pull the trigger and take the trade. All right. So, new folks, we welcome you. Now it's time to dig into the training, go through the videos in the order in which that we placed them, right? One by one, do the homework associated with them, post those homework charts. We can give you feedback, right? If you got questions, bring them to the session, post them in the Telegram so we can answer them for you, right? Post them with a chart so we can see what you're doing, what you're looking at, right? So we can answer the questions that you have. And you can go back and practice some more, right? Deliberate practice makes progress. And that's what we seek is progress, right? Perfection doesn't exist, but growth and progress does. And that's the mission. So welcome to the family. We're glad to have you. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.